Okay, so far we have learned 3 different ways to output messages with JavaScript, such as a dialog box using the alert command, writing directly to the console using console.log command, and writing to the current web page using document.write command. Now, let's make use of what we have learned so far and create a small JavaScript program. To code along with me, first download the course folder from the link in the description below, unzip it and open it with your favorite code editor. Here I'm using Visual Studio Code. From the course folder, open the exercise folder called Multiple Statements in JavaScript. And then open the index.html file using Google Chrome. After that, open the JavaScript console using the keyboard shortcut Command-Option-J on a Mac or Control-Shift-J on Windows. First, I'll type the first statement, alert. And inside the quotation marks, type the message my alert command. Now I'll press and hold down the Shift key and press enter to move the cursor down to the next line without running this code. That is how you write multiple statements in JavaScript console. For the second statement, I type console.log. And provide the message my console. I'll again press Shift and Enter to bring the cursor down to the next line. For the third statement, I type alert again with the message my second alert. I'll again press Shift and Enter to bring the cursor down to the next line. And for the last statement, I type document.write. And here's something interesting. You can even provide document.write HTML markup to write to the page. In my case, I'll provide h1 tag with the message my document.write. And that's it. So now we have 4 JavaScript statements which we can run by pressing the Enter key. First, the alert dialog displays after clicking OK. The second statement, console.log runs and the message appears in the console. And right after the console message, the second alert dialog displays, and finally, right after I click OK, the document.write statement runs and heading appears on the page. There are 2 very important programming concepts to understand from this. First, a program is a set of statements that run one after another, just like the set of instructions for doing something in our daily life. Second, one statement needs to complete before the next statement runs. For example, the console.log statement can't do its job until the first alert statement finishes. This means until I click OK to close the dialog. Once I close the dialog, the console.log statement runs, prints the message to the console, and right after that, the second alert statement runs. And finally, as soon as I click OK, the final statement, document.write runs and writes to the current page. One more thing I want to mention is that both alert and document.write are not used very often in a real-world project. But they are just a quick and easy ways to produce some output, test your JavaScript codes as you learn the basics of JavaScript language. I'll also teach you other common ways for running JavaScript and getting output later in this course. Okay, so you have already started your adventure as a JavaScript programmer, successfully written your first JavaScript program using multiple statements, and learned the important concepts about how multiple statements are executed. In the next lecture, you'll learn where and how to add JavaScript to our web page.